Hi everyone, welcome to Enjoy English School. I'm Steven.
I'm Minnie.
We're going to be covering the date of November 16th with the title The World in Pictures.
那我们今天11月16号，我们今天要讲的主题是图解世界。
A must-have guide for chasing stars.
那34到37页，我们今天的主题是追星必备的指南。
BTS's biggest fan.
所以是超热血的 BTS 狂粉。
So this is a dialogue between Amy and Dean. So Amy tells Dean about the biggest K-pop band in the world, BTS.
所以 Amy 跟 Dean 他们在聊天，然后 Amy 就跟 Dean 讲说，这个最夯的这个韩流团体，也就是我们叫做防弹少年团。
Right, so people who are in the army will definitely appreciate this dialogue. So the army are the fans of BTS.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that. Okay, let's get started. So Amy starts the dialogue by saying, "Did you watch the BTS live stream last night?"
所以 Amy 呢，她就开始了这个对话。她说：“你昨天晚上有没有看这个 BTS 的现场直播？”
Okay, so 现场直播 you could also say live feed. Okay, Livefeed. You also hear this quite often.
所以现场直播除了我们这边的 live stream 以外，我们也可以用 live feed。
I recorded it and have watched it 3 times already.
我录了整个直播，而且已经看了3次哦。
Right, so here we see recorded it, that's the past tense, right? Because when you record something, you only do it once.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's in the past, that's easy. But she has watched it 3 times already. She's using the present perfect verb tense of watched. Have watched it 3 times already because ever since yesterday, last night, after recording it, up until now, in this time period, she has watched it 3 times. So pay attention to those verb tenses. One action only happens once in the past, recorded, but one action is happening continuously from the past until now, which is why have watched is the present perfect tense.
所以在这个句子啊，它很有趣，因为我们结合了过去式的用法跟完成式的用法，所以这边我们可以这样子看哦，因为你录制东西录一次就是一次，所以我们用过去式已经录完了。但是因为从录完了到现在此时此刻在跟 Dean 讲话的这个此时此刻，他已经看了3次，所以它变成是已经看过3次，所以它这边用一个完成式的写法。再来 record 这个字要特别注意，我们这边当动词使用，所以念 record。如果当作是记录的名词，我们念成 record。
Right. So here, then Dean says, "What are you talking about, Amy?"
你到底在说什么啊 Amy?
Yeah, so it seems like Dean has no idea who BTS is. What a crime. 这是个罪, right?
对不起。
So then Amy says, BTS, they're the biggest band in the world.
防弹少年团呢，他们是世界上最夯的乐队哎。
Yeah, so biggest in this sense does not mean size. Okay, not in size. Doesn't mean that they're big in size. It means that they're the most famous, most popular.
最受欢迎，不是真的很大哦。
Okay, so here we also say the word huge sometimes. They are huge. Okay, if I mean that literally, that means that they really are big. But if I mean it by their popularity, that means that they're super famous. They are huge. Huge. 然后注意一下我那个 huge 我也会拉长 huge. Okay, 刚刚那个 biggest 我也说 the biggest. Okay, that really emphasizes the feeling that they're very famous.
对，所以我们用拉长，然后来变大声，甚至语调上扬来强调，来做一个强调的用途。
Right, so even though BTS, they're a group, a K-pop group, Group, sometimes people will use the word band, okay, to say a musical group. But when we see the word band, we sometimes think people who are actually playing instruments like the guitar or the drums. So most of the time we probably would say they're the biggest group in the world, okay? That makes it more easy to know that they're not really playing instruments. They're more singers and dancers. They're very talented. BTS is very talented, but they don't I'm sure a lot of them play instruments, but they don't do that specifically. They do more dancing and singing.
所以我们看到 band 这个字的时候，我们常常会想到就是大家都有一个乐器的那种乐队或乐团。那我们这边其实用 group 来讲会比较不会去误导大家、误导听众，因为他们其实大部分是唱歌跳舞，他们应该音乐人嘛
Yeah, 音乐人
应该都会弹一些吉他、钢琴什么的，但是他们表现的时候，
不是他们的 focus， 对，不是他们 focus。
他们在舞台上的表现是比较多是唱唱跳跳类型的。
Yes, they are bigger than the Beatles.
Really? 他们比披头士还红
Oh, they're super famous.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna get killed by the army. She
I
doesn't
will cover
know.
my face.
I'll convert her. Don't worry. 我会让她认识 BTS.
对对对
Okay, so they are bigger than the Beatles means that they're more famous than the Beatles.
Okay.
They are bigger than Jay-Z, Drake, and Taylor Swift combined.
OK，
It's
他们比 Jay-Z、德瑞克中文翻译德瑞克还有泰勒斯这三个人人气加在一起还比不的。
So if I didn't put the word combined here, that would just mean that BTS is more famous than Jay-Z, and then more famous than Drake, and then more famous than Taylor Swift. But I'm putting the word combined here. That means that they're more famous. BTS is more famous than these three stars combined.
加在一起，比他们三个人加在一起更红的意思。哇哦！
So then Dean says, I'm sorry, Amy. I've never heard of them.
抱歉 ，Amy， 我真的没有听过他们。抱歉 ，Amy。
I've never heard of them. 我从来没有听过他们。
抱歉 ，Army。
What kind of music do they play?
那他们主打什么样类型的音乐呢
Right, so here we could also say, what type of music do they play?
？Can I use genre?
Like
Genre?
genre? Genre.
genre.
G-E-N-R-E. That word is difficult to say. Genre.
genre.
就是也是类型的意思. Yeah, you could say that. What genre of music do they play? So here, Dean, because he's still not very sure what BTS is, he might be thinking that they're a band that plays music, right?
Yeah.
So you could also use the verb sing. What type of music do they sing?
Sing.
Okay, 他们是唱什么样的歌 right? So 因为不见得是真的 play 自己那边弹，
因为我们用了 band 这个字嘛，对不对
Right.
所以
And Amy goes, what? How come you've never heard of them?
什么？你怎么可以没有听过他们？
对，所以这个 how come you could also say why have you never heard of them, right? So how come is just a more informal way to ask why. Okay? I can tell you that I'm the most devoted BTS stan in Taiwan.
我告诉你，我可是台湾最始终的 BTS 铁粉。
Right, so devoted, this adjective, it means dedicated
始终
or loyal. 忠心的 loyal 是 L-O-Y-A-L 忠心的 dedicated 是 D-E-D-I-C-A-T-E-D 这些意思都是 devoted
对，都是始终啊，很投入的意思。
那什么是 stan? This is really interesting. Let's say fan. Everyone knows 粉丝 fan, right? Right? But does everyone know what stalker means?
就是跟踪狂。
跟踪狂那个是 S-T-A-L-K-E-R So 把 stalker 跟 fan 放在一起变成 stan, okay? 因为 stalker is kind of dangerous.
Creepy.
It's kind of creepy because you're following people without them knowing. Wherever they go, you follow them. They probably throw away a banana. You take the banana, you smell it.
God.
That's what stalkers do. But stan makes this word a little bit less negative, a little bit less scary, and it makes it more friendly sounding. It's taking fan and stalker and putting it together to make the word stan. It's a very informal word. It's like a new slang. Okay.
OK，所以how do you say that again?
Stalker and fan is stan.
哦、so stan 它是把这个跟踪狂跟粉丝这两字加在一起，代表我不是像跟踪狂那么 creepy， 可是我真的很喜欢他，所以就变成对很想跟踪他，所以我就变成铁粉这样子。
Yeah.
Wow.
I have all their merch like T-shirts, light sticks, and posters.
我有他们所有的 merch 周边商品，例如像 T 恤啊、荧光棒啊，还有海报等等的。
Right, so merch is a short way, is a new informal way for the full word, which is merchandise. Okay, and this is M-E-R-C-H-A-N-D-I-S-E, merchandise. But 现在很多人会把它短称成 merch, okay? I know the words to all their songs by heart.
所以我还记住了他们所有的歌词，而且是那种牢记，因为它后面用 by heart， 用心记。
Right, so words in a song are usually called lyrics.
lyrics 歌词。
lyric 复数是 s lyrics okay 所以你也可以讲 I know the lyrics to all their songs and what does it mean by heart that means by memory 所以他也可以说 I know all the words by memory 可是 by heart 是另外一个方式来说就是全部歌都已经记熟了
熟记牢记的意思 by heart
Let's take a short break So Dean says, you still haven't answered my question.
所以 Dean 就问你还没有回答我的问题哦。
What kind of music do they play?
他们主打什么样类型的音乐呢
Right, because Amy just seems so excited about sharing who BTS is that she forgot to answer his question. So if this happens in a real life situation, like if you ask a question and the other person doesn't really respond to your question, don't feel uncomfortable to ask that question again. You can ask it completely the same. Or if you feel like they didn't understand what you meant the first time, you can reword the question to make it more clear if you want to.
所以这个句子也是一个很棒你生活中常用到的句子，因为有时候我们在跟别人分享一些事情，我们可能因为太兴奋，忘记真的去就是对到你的问题的时候，请大家一定要记得不要害羞，可以再讲这个句子，再把事情拉回来，再重新问一次。
Exactly. And then Amy says K-pop.
韩国流行音乐 K-pop.
Right. So K-pop is a very short, abbreviated way to say Korean popular music.
Popular
right? So pop music it originally was popular music, but that became pop music. And then Korean popular music became K-pop.
哇哦，对，所以韩国流行音乐 Korean popular music 我们简称 K-pop，听起来超级
Right. And some people call Chinese popular music C-pop.
Really?
Yeah, and some people
C-pop.
call Japanese popular music
J-pop.
J-pop. Right. So there's these different ways to say
How
these.
about America pop music?
I think they just call that pop music. Yeah.
A-pop.
No one says that.
That
Okay.
sounds like a lollipop.
Right. The best music in the world. Duh.
世界上最棒的音乐啊 ，Hello。
对 ，Hello 是在 Hello 就是 the 那种意思。那 the 呢，就是一个非常流行的话，在美国就是有年轻人会讲，就是废话那种感觉，也可以是 obviously，OK，O B V I O U S L Y。所以这个 sentence Amy she could also say the best music in the world。Obviously， 然后加那个表情，就是废话，当然啦 ，You should know this， 你应该要知道这个的那种感觉。的我们真的还蛮常讲的。
我也蛮常讲的。
对啊，就是人家讲一个东西，你觉得
的，可是他是不是有点不礼貌啊
？Depends on who you're with. With friends,
it's okay.
It's okay.
But like with your parents, don't say that.
不要打小孩，对，开玩笑。Okay, so Dean says, so have you ever attended one of their shows?
那么你有参加过他们任何一场演出吗
So that attended, you could also say, have you ever been to one of their shows? 还是 have you ever gone to one of their shows?
Been to, gone to 都可以当做也是有没有去的意思，参与的意思。
And Amy says, of course, I signed up for the meet and greet, but too many people were crowding the group, so I didn't get any autographs.
当然啦，我报名了参加见面会活动，但太多人包围着这个 BTS， 所以我没有拿到任何的 autograph 签名。
Right, so when you sign up for something, another word that you can learn is register.
报名注册的意思。
对 register for something, R-E-G-I-S-T-E-R. You see this word register a lot on online websites when you are signing up for the first time. When you're joining a website like Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, you have to register first.
对，所以在网站上我们都会看到这个注册跟 log in 嘛。log in 就是代表你已经有账户了。那如果还没有账户的话，我们就会看到 register 这个字注册。
注册。那如果是一个活动的话，比较常是 sign up for 这个活动，所以比较适合用 sign up for events. Okay, and what is a meet and greet? Okay, a meet and greet is a type of event where you get to meet the person that you like, the star, the celebrity, the singer, and you get to meet them and say hello to them, and that is what a meet and greet is. 他们在见你，跟你有 领距离那种感觉。
对
They get to meet you, they get to say hello to you. That is what a meet and greet is.
见面可以有互动，这种我们就称为见面会活动 meet and greet。
见面会。But too many people were crowding the group. So crowd, we know as a noun that means
就是代表人潮。
人潮, but it can also be a verb. Okay, when people are crowding a place, that means that they're
包围。
包围, they're gathering around the group. Okay, there were too many people around BTS. So Amy didn't get any autographs. So when someone famous signs something for you, that is what an autograph is. If you're not famous and you're signing something, it's a signature, just a signature. Okay, so famous people sign autographs. But if a famous person was signing a contract or signing something,
That's also a signature.
That's a signature because they're not signing that to give to someone like a fan. Okay, they're signing that for like a contract or for something official. So there's a difference.
老师有 sign autograph 的经验啊。
Anyways, so Dean says, I see. Okay.
我了解了 I understand 一样的意思。
Right. 他不是真的看到咯。
I see.
I understand. Okay. And then Amy continues. She says, but I did get to take a selfie with the tour manager.
Why do you want a selfie with him? 他说，但是呢，我有跟这个巡回的经纪人自拍。
So here it's very appropriate for Amy to emphasize did. Okay. 但是我有怎么样。So but I did get to take a selfie.
强调他有做的事情。
没错. And then here, what is take a selfie? When we take a selfie, it's like taking a photo. 我们照相的时候, the verb that we use in English is take, T-A-K-E. So selfie is when you take a picture of yourself. Okay, so that's a selfie. 自拍. So she took a selfie with the tour manager. What is a tour? A tour is when there's a journey.
巡回.
Yes, a journey made by a performer or singer. That is what a tour is. So the tour manager is the person who is in charge of organizing this tour, like where to go.
Is that person also famous?
No, but usually what it is when people who are stans, like let's say a BTS stan, because they can't really get to know the members of the group themselves on a personal level, they'll be happy to know somebody who is part of that team.
I see.
Through affiliation. Like, I get to meet the tour manager gets to meet BTS. Maybe I can become friends with the tour manager so then I can give the tour manager the gift to give to BTS.
I see.
Yeah, so it's like a personal connection without really getting to meet them.
所以铁粉会做的事情，对不对？
Yes. Somehow, he got me into the main floor section.
Oh, that makes sense now. 所以不知怎么的，他竟然让我进入了摇滚区。
Yeah, the main floor section. Okay, the main floor area 那个意思. Then I forced my way to the front and recorded the whole concert on my phone.
哇哦，所以他就奋力的挤到最前面，因为他已经进到摇滚区嘛，所以奋力挤到最前面，然后用手机录了整场的演唱会。
So yeah, so when you force your way to somewhere, that means that you're pushing people out of the way. You're kind of
Being aggressive.
Yeah, being aggressive to get to the front. And she recorded the whole concert. A concert is a musical performance, right? On her phone. It was the best day of my life.
是我人生最棒的一天。
Yes. So for people who aren't BTS fans, I'm going to briefly describe what BTS stands for. BTS is a Korean word for Bangtan Boys. Okay, B-A-N-G-T-A-N, and then boys. And this in Korean is translated to English as Bulletproof Boy Scouts.
Oh,
Okay. And what do they mean by bulletproof? When people usually wear
防弹。
bulletproof vests, they're protecting themselves from bullets, from attacks. So they say that they're called this because they want to block out stereotypes or criticisms or expectations that are aimed at young people.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're kind of like the voice of young people because young people have pressures, they have stress that adults or maybe society gives them. So they want to be like the protectors of young people wearing these bulletproof vests. So that's what Bangtan Boys, I probably was saying that Korean word wrong, but as an American speaker, we would say Bangtan Boys. bulletproof Boy Scouts.
所以在这边防弹它的意义其实我觉得很棒
Yeah, it's nice.
所以它要阻挡的他说的防弹的这个弹其实是指大家讲的 stereotype，也就是每个人对彼此的刻板印象，还有一些负面的东西，它要有点像是当作是年轻人，保护年轻人，给他们勇气，让他们可以面对生活中很多困难的一个典范。
感觉你应该会想要认识一下 BTS 咯，
Yeah,
对不对？
this one is a good one.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it a lot too. Let's go to the review. Alright, so in the title of this article, we saw must have. What is a must have?
就代表你必备，一定要有，一定要知道的。
It's an adjective. Okay, what is a live stream?
就代表我们现在很夯的现场直播。
Right, you could also say live feed. Okay, who is a devoted fan? What does devoted mean?
代表非常的死忠，全部都奉献给他的这个死忠的粉丝。
And what is a stan?
Stan 就是铁粉，
铁粉就是 stalker 跟 fan
跟踪狂跟粉丝结合在一起的字。
对 And what is merch?
Merch 就是 merchandise， 也就是周边商品的意思。
And if I know the words of a song by heart, what do I mean?
那代表我已经记在这里了，牢记住这些。
对 If I answer you, duh, 那什么意思？
那就什么？你既然不知道，废话的意思。
当然啦，废话那种感觉。If I sign up for an event, 那什么意思？
那就代表我报名了一个活动。
And what is a meet and greet?Meet
and greet 就是一个见面会。
And then last, if I'm forcing my way to somewhere, what does that mean?
那就代表你奋力的要挤到某个地方你要去的地方。
Exactly. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I will see you next time.
Bye bye.
A must-have guide for chasing stars. BTS's biggest fan. Amy tells Dean about the biggest K-pop band in the world, BTS.
Did you watch the BTS live stream last night? I recorded it and have watched it 3 times already.
What are you talking about, Amy?
BTS! They're the biggest band in the world. They're bigger than the Beatles. They're bigger than Jay-Z, Drake, and Taylor Swift combined.
I'm sorry, Amy. I've never heard of them. What kind of music do they play?
What? How come you've never heard of them? I can tell you that I am the most devoted BTS stan in Taiwan. I have all their merch, like t-shirts, light sticks, and posters. I know the words to all their songs by heart.
You still haven't answered my question. What kind of music do they play?
K-pop. The best music in the world. Duh.
So, have you ever attended one of their shows?
Of course. I signed up for the meet and greet, but too many people were crowding the group, so I didn't get any autographs.
I see.
But I did get to take a selfie with the tour manager. Somehow he got me into the main floor section. Then I forced my way to the front and recorded the whole concert on my phone. It was the best day of my life.
Wow, you are a super fan. Oh my god. So that's enough?